Hey guys, Azrnyx here today with part 2 of my mid-century family home. Today's one is going to be the furnishing part. Now this is the fun stuff. Not that it all wasn't all fun, I guess. But yeah, this is finally where it starts to come together as a house and a family home. So yeah, we're starting off with the kitchen. I tend to sort of go along in order of like the rooms that there is in build by mode. So it starts with the kitchen, then go to the bathroom, then bedroom, then lounge, then so on. I don't think I did that in this one. I always start with the kitchen regardless. So we've started with the kitchen, in case you guys haven't noticed. And I played with this one for ages. I was like, do I like the dark colours or do I like the light colours? In the end, I think we didn't actually change much from, what it is as you see it now. Yeah, this is pretty much, I guess, the colours that we chose to go with, and the wallpaper. So this is where I figure out the walls and the flooring and basically everything that is like the theme, I guess, for the rest of the house, as well as like a couple of little last minute outside details that I forgot to throw in the last one. But yeah, this part is the second part, and if you haven't seen the first part, you can choose to check it out, or you don't have to, because what you see is pretty much what I did. It is earlier on in my channel somewhere. Go find it. It'll be in speed builds, I promise, in the speed builds playlist. But yeah, the first one was pretty much building the shape of the house, and doing all the outside sort of stuff. And then this one is going to be purely furnishing, and inside decorating and stuff like that, as well as, I guess, furnishing the backyard, because that wasn't done in the last episode. And this is a build that I did do all in one sitting, pretty much, and it took me forever, but it was kind of like this, it was kind of like too long. I was like, I cannot fit all of this in one build, in one speed build. So what I've done is I've cut it in half, because if I'd have sped it up, I think I sped it up by about 800% initially, the whole thing altogether, and it was like 40 minutes long. I was like, no way am I doing that. So for you guys, I've cut it down. I thought about cutting out like lots of bits of it as well, and sort of making it smaller, sort of that way. And I tried that first, but even then it was still like 30 minutes long, with all just the good bits, or what I thought was the good bits. And even then it was kind of like, oh, that's kind of borderline for speed builds. Like, that is the longest one I think I'd ever do, is a 30-minute long speed build. And I feel like I've done a 30-minute one long one before. But I'm not sure. As you can see, we're just working on the bathroom now. I chose my colour palette for that, sort of grey, sort of black, because I love dark colours in bathrooms. They just work so spectacularly. And those floor tiles I love. I sort of only just discovered them in this build, and it's like definitely something that I'd be keen to keep using. So yeah, the bathrooms stay quite dark, and they sort of stay with that same theme, except for upstairs. I think upstairs the kids' bedroom gets a little bit of colour, a little bit of blue in it, but I'm not sure if I gave it heaps of colour. And trying to work out the curtains was a mission in the main sort of living space. Nothing was fitting nicely. I was like, this was such a pain in the butt. Why? Like, come on, work for me. There just needs to be, like good, decent curtains that, for all of them. It's like, I need more curtain options personally. Because those ones that cover 3 squares are fantastic, but I feel like they need to come in 2 square options as well as just 1 square options, because they're too big otherwise, and they're just too much to handle. I cannot deal with them. So come on EA, give us some smaller, like those same curtains, but only 2 or 1 squares, because that they are needed. That curtain is needed in my life, very much so. So as you can see, we just did the dining table there. I'm trying to keep it sort of modern, mid-century-ish. And I kind of had to expand the length of the house as a whole, because I just didn't have enough space for everything. But that was good, because it means I could put more space up on the upstairs sort of balcony kind of area. And I used that for the teenage son's well, not specifically his, but I put a bit of gym equipment up there in the end that normally wouldn't have had like anywhere to go. So yeah, I was happy with the extra length on the upstairs as well as you know, using it as lounge space in the downstairs, which was fantastic. Worked perfectly. I was pretty happy with it. This is sort of just after I had purchased the backyard stuff pack as well, or game pack. No, it's a stuff pack. Excuse me, stuff pack. And so as you can see in my I guess buy mode area, everything has still got like those "this is new" stars on them. So yeah, that's what we're going with. And this little gap here, this is going to be like a kind of a home office. I sort of just threw in a computer and some chairs and a computer and some desk, you know what I mean? And so that's sort of what goes in the area back in the next to the kitchen. Kind of a weird place to put it, if you ask me. But I think it worked. I did think about changing the color of the kitchen because I was just like, black. Is black too dark? But no, black is not too dark. We stuck with it. Thought about throwing a fireplace in, and looking at it now, I feel like I probably could have. But I was just happy with it being like a really simple build, with not too much, you know, happening or not overly in your face sort of thing. So yeah, now we've come back to the study sort of area. This bookshelf eventually gets moved onto the desk because it's like, it takes up a lot of space. I haven't actually play tested it, so I don't know if they can use the bookshelf when it ends up there where it is now on the desk. So that is definitely something that I could should play test. But it's something that I haven't play tested. In fact, I wonder if I can do that now as I'm recording, because it is such a long recording. I normally suck at talking for so long, unless I'm like really babbling. But then again, you guys don't have to listen to me while you watch this. If you really want, I won't be offended if you mute this video, go and play some good, other music. I'm sure you could find some mean music videos on YouTube. Anything you want to listen to it. But feel free to keep watching without the sound. I won't be offended, I promise. And I always say that. But I wouldn't be offended at all. You don't have to listen to my babble. I babble like a toddler. And now my computer's being slow, so how is that? I'm actually really stoked with it, actually, because my computer is brand spanking new. Fully contradicts what I'm just saying, doesn't it? But so it's pretty new. I just sort of recently got it, and I'm running into a few problems with it. It's driving me nuts. Like yesterday, I was trying to do my editing for the first part of this build, and it just kept crashing on me. I got about halfway through recording a voiceover, and then the whole thing crashed. And I did it a few times, and I was just getting angrier and angrier because I couldn't just do it. And Premiere Pro doesn't autosave, or if it does, I haven't figured out how to get it to actually do an autosave. So yeah, as you guys can see, this is sort of where I started trying to work out how to do the backyard, because I was like, right, I'm sick of finishing on the inside. It's just not working the way I want it to work. So I was like, right, backyard. Let's give ourselves a bit of a break. Let's have a bit of fun with the backyard and see if there's any new backyard stuff that I really feel like using. There wasn't really much that I really felt like using, but I did use a bit of Perfect Patio. Is that the one? Yeah, Perfect Patio stuff. So that was great. As well as, what else did I use? I think I used a couple of things from the backyard stuff one, but not much. Did I put a bar outside? No, I don't think I did. I throw a barbecue out here eventually. Oh, not by the pool. The pool is sort of like purely like a lounging sort of an area. As you can see, you've got a couple of chairs, you've got a lounger chair, you've got your yoga mats, which you can use as towels, which is, essentially what you need to do. And then you're pretty much good from there, right? Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at my Origin and I'm like, where's my Sims game? Where is my Sims? It's gone missing. Uh-oh. Games, please be there. If it's not there, I'm going to be really gutted and I'm going to lose it. I'm going to have another rage quit. Oh my god, it's being so slow. Okay. I can keep my cool, guys. I've got to get back to the build. Focus on the build. So as you can see, I'm playing with the backyard stuff table. But then for the house, I was kind of like, it doesn't really go. And then this table here, oh, love, was something that I saw Deligracy doing in hers and James's collab that they did just recently, and I was like, right, I've got to use this. So yes, this was an idea that I got from Deligracy. I will admit 110% to that. It was not my own idea. It was Deligracy's. But she's such a good builder, so I was like, why not? It's a compliment, right? It's a compliment to use other people's ideas. Well, it is to me, so more than happy for that to happen with any of you guys that think any of my ideas are good ideas. In fact, I'd be really complimented if you did. So thanking you. So yeah, just doing a few little last minute decorating things. I used a few bits and pieces from the backyard stuff. And with these wind chimes, I was like, what is the difference between all of these? Turns out the actual chimes themselves, that's what the difference is. Still lost my Sims game. It's not just opening. This is so weird. This is so very weird. I can chill. I can chill. It's... Oh, there it is. Thank God. Thank God. I thought I'd lost it. I was losing it for a bit there, guys. It's okay. Nobody panic. We don't need to panic anymore. Because I found it. Jeez, I've played for 1,281 hours. That's actually quite a lot. That's my Sims playtime, in case anyone was wondering. But yeah, moving, I guess, onto the inside, finally into the bedrooms. The bedrooms were fun. I enjoy doing the bedrooms, I think, especially like more the creative sort of bedrooms. And these ones are actually quite cool as well. And I've just discovered how fantastic dividers are if you use them right. So I was stoked about that. But yeah, this is the master bedroom. It's obviously taken on. I ran with like golds and whites. Those were like my colours that I absolutely went for. As well as like the sort of woodeny of that zigzag wood panel, which by the way I'm loving right now. It's such a good colour. And shape. Shape? Style. Style is probably the word. But with the wallpaper as a whole though, I was like, do I want to change it up a little bit and maybe not use so much, I guess, the same as like the rest of the house? Because it's pretty much, the bedroom pretty much stays the same style as the rest of the house in terms of wallpaper and wood. But then I was like, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, yes, the same wood paneling, but then I'm also going to use that same zigzag paneled wood in the upstairs bedrooms as well. So that is what we ran with. Like I was like, yeah, okay, it's got to be done. And because this was a parent's bedroom, of course, we had to throw up a couple of those little different shoe size toddler things for like the kids that have already grown up. I thought that'd be really cute. Like absolutely adorable, so we had to throw those up. And yeah, still sticking with the white and gold theme and in terms of throwing the computer and desk in the room. And yeah, as you can see, dividers are just life right now. They're just so good. Fantastic, not even kidding. Yes, so my game is working. I'm just about to start play testing that bookshelf, so you guys will know whether or not it actually works, from the study. So fingers crossed on that one. Let's see, shall we? Oh no, I'm not even on the right lot. Oh no. It's from another build that I do that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys, actually. The next one that I upload. It's gonna be a restaurant, which I haven't done in so long. But I was stoked with this one, and I'm really hoping that the next one you guys will love as well. So please stay tuned. I promise you won't regret it. But as you can see in this build, we are currently working on the hall spaces, which always frustrate me so much. I'm like, there's just not much to do with them, Like, what am I supposed to... How do I decorate? Like, I kind of wondered, do I put a suit of armor in here? But then it was kind of like, no, this is a child-friendly home. And I cannot imagine it being, child-friendly, swords, children. They don't really go, They don't really go. So I just threw a lot of clutter in the garage as well. A few sports bits and pieces, a few just random bits and pieces. Like, stuff that, is you sort of just throw in the garage as like junk. And it's like, it's kind of junk, but it's not junky enough to throw away. Those I feel like are what garages are for, as well as like the car. And I had to move the car back a bit as well, because it's like that, the garage door you can actually spray paint on. So I want to leave that for like a creative sim to, spray paint. So that's why that is there, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. And with the bathrooms, I always do that in that I will copy and paste and just move everything over because it's so much easier than going down, grabbing what you want, bringing it up, going down, grabbing what you want, bringing it up, so that, it's consistent. It's very consistent. But yeah, this is the kids' bathroom, and as you can see, it's still black and white, but we've got like some funky shower curtains for them to use, as well as like a blue bath mat. And I feel like that's the only pop of colour that I actually put in the kids' bathroom. But if you think about it, they're kind of like teenagers anyway, so they won't really be too bothered, I don't think. Right, on to playtesting. I am just zooming in. Read a book. Read. Reel her in. Go and read Reel her in. Oh my gosh, it's really weird. I've changed mouse. I'm now using currently my boyfriend's mouse because my mouse has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like buttons all the way on the side where your thumb normally sits. Okay, so she's gone to a different bookshelf to get the book. That isn't exactly what you want, is it? Can you just put that back for me for just a minute, please? Sim self. She's not really my sim self, but for the sake of this, she is. Okay, so it doesn't actually look like that bookshelf is usable. I'm going to bring her down to the study, just so you guys keeping you updated. And I'm going to say, read something, please, just from this bookshelf. No. Okay, so the bookshelf and the study, guys, is not usable. I have just finished playtesting, and it is not usable. Even if she's right next to that one, she will always go upstairs and grab a book from somewhere else. So I'm thinking I might just move it a bit, perhaps, and see if that helps. I'll move it like right to the edge, and then hopefully she can just grab straight from it, right? I doubt it will work, to be completely honest. It's kind of weird just having them go straight up to, like, the kids' bedrooms to grab a book. But, if that's the way it's got to be, for the sake of looking great, that is the way it's got to be, for the sake of looking great. We'll see. Read something. Please work. No. Okay, guys, it's not going to work. It's not happening. We're going to leave it how it is. Look great. If you guys don't like it, then throw another bookshelf in the lounge. Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, we'll go with that. At the moment, back to the speed build, we are working on the toddler's room. And I sort of thought it'd be fun to have, like, in terms of kids' room setups, I was like, all right, I'm going to set up for a boy toddler or a girl, because, toddlers can be kind of unisex. This is the sort of a unisex room. It's kind of blue and yellow, funky colours, like I love them. As well as a teenager daughter who's very artsy, very sort of loves the bright colours, because I'd love a room like that when I was a teenager. I would love a room like that, just period. I would love a room that's like full of colour and artsy stuff. So for the sake of this, that would be like a teenage daughter room, and then the other room, like on the other end of the house, is, I guess, a teenage boy's room. But think of all the mischief you could get up to as a teenage boy, being like so far away from your parents and your siblings in terms of bedroom. For the sake of it, though, this son is rather sporty, so it's a sporty room. I love it. I think it's cool. It's a cool room. All of them, I actually was really happy with how they turned out, because normally I suck at bedrooms. It's just like, sweet, throw a bed in, throw that in, you're good to go, done. You've got everything you need if you've got a bed. But no, that is no longer my thinking. Now you need desks, and you need dressers, and you need, stuff that sort of makes the room personalised. With that mat, I almost used it. The one from, I think it's a new one. Is it a new one that I got with the backyard stuff? I don't think so. But it was just too much colour, so I think we stuck with the circles. I always use the circles. Yeah, as you can see, here is the teenage son's room that we're finally working on. And as you saw with the other two as well, I kept the wood panelling in both of those other two rooms, but sort of gave them like an extra feature wall. Well, in this case I have. I can't remember if I did for the teenage room. I can't remember at all. No, I don't think I did for the girls' room, but for the toddler's room, no, I don't think I did. Oh well. Oh well. And yeah, as you can see, this balcony sort of space, because this teenager was a sporty sort of a sim, or I'm thinking sporty sort of a sim, I was like, well, might as well throw the gym equipment outside his room, because he is probably the one that would use it the most. You know what I mean? Like, it's his sort of, it's like what he would use. So yeah, I sort of made his room very relaxed, very casual, and kind of cluttered, kind of messy with all sorts of sports stuff. So yeah, I was actually really happy with how this room turned out, if I'm being completely honest. It felt like a boy's room to me. Like, it felt like my boyfriend's room did when he was still living with, at home with his parents. Like, it was just full of all sorts of cluttered sort of stuff. And my brother's room, actually. It just feels like boys' rooms, Like, in terms of, like, clutter and colours and boy stuff. I'd love to hear from my male subscribers. What do you think of my male bedroom? Anyway, guys, we are just about to head on into the screenshots now. Here, what do you think? Tell me what you think. Give me your feedback. I would absolutely love to hear it. This was a really fun build to do. It took me ages, and I'm really glad that it's over. But I'm so happy with the finished product, and I would love to hear what you guys think of yourselves. Whether you think that there were things that I could have done better, or other things that I could have done instead of stuff that I did do. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so very much for taking the time to watch this. I do really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And come and chat to me on Twitter if you feel like it. I'm at Azrnyx Sims. And this lot, as usual, is available for download from the gallery. I'll put the link in the description below, or you can use the hashtag Azrnyx, spelt just like my YouTube ID. And yeah, other than that, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are in the world, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.